understand that this case has now reached the apex court of the country. This is about a plea that has been filed by the Krishna Janmabhoomi Nirman Trust. And this plea, in fact, now seeks a scientific survey of the Krishna Janmabhoomi area. And this is, of course, on lines to what we have seen in the Gyanvapi case. And just as we are seeing a scientific survey that's been conducted by the Archaeological Survey of India, in a similar fashion, the people who have, in fact, presented this plea before the Supreme Court are also asking for a scientific survey to be carried out. Just akin to the ASI survey at the Gyanvapi complex. Let me take this across to my colleague Ananya, who's joining us on the broadcast. Ananya, the reason that's been given as far as asking for this survey is concerned, what is that? What does the plea really say when it is about asking for a scientific survey of this entire area?
Well, definitely, Griya. This is a petition that's been filed, in fact, before the Supreme Court of India, challenging two particular orders. One passed by the Varanasi District Court, by the Mathura District Court, and another, in fact, by, the Allahabad High Court, affirming that particular order, in which that order, what had happened was that the Order 7, Rule 11 was to be decided first, and it was the order of the Mathura District Court, and then the matter reached the Allahabad High Court, which also affirmed that particular. Now, challenging that particular order, the Hindu side has now knocked the doors off. In fact, the Supreme Court of India clearly saying that a scientific survey, just like what is happening at the Gyanvapi complex, is something that should be carried out first. It is something that is very, very necessary in order to judge the religious characteristic. And in fact, I'll quote it from the petition. What has been said is that in order to fully comprehend the religious history and the significance of the site in a religious context concerning the land in dispute, a comprehensive investigation and study of its past and essential, thorough, proper investigation survey is something that needs to be carried out, is what is being stated. What had happened was that the Hindu side did make a prayer before, in fact, the district court that first a survey should be conducted, and then only the Order 7 Rule 11 application, that is the maintainability of the suit, shall be decided. However, the Muslim side had contended that first the maintainability of the suit has to be decided. Now, the matter was before the district court. District court says first the maintainability would be decided. The matter then reached the Allahabad High Court. The Allahabad High Court to affirm that particular order, and finally down the matter has come before the topmost court of the country. Now, whether or not this is allowed by the Supreme Court or not, when will it be heard? All these questions would be answered in the next few days, when this matter actually comes up before the topmost court of the country. Yeah.
Also, since you were mentioning about how this is very, very imperative to understand through the process of this scientific survey, at least that's what the plea says, that the accuracy of the statements will also be established. On what grounds is the Supreme Court looking at all of those aspects of the plea, Ananya?
Well, the Supreme Court is yet to deal with this particular matter, but what we have seen in fact, the Gyanvapi case, there were a different, the Gyanvapi has a little different position, because the Order 7 Rule 11 was already decided. The matter was pending before the Supreme Court, and then a scientific survey was ordered here. First, the Order 7 Rule 11 has to be still to be decided. So, how will the Supreme Court actually react to it, whether or not this relief would be granted, or the orders of the Allahabad High Court would be affirmed? That we could only get to know when the matter actually is heard by the topmost court of the country.
All right, Ananya, thank you so much for joining us with all the latest that you're picking in as far as this particular case is concerned. Remember, this is the Krishna Janmabhoomi case that's now reached the Supreme Court.